Welcome to the Eldest Daughter Diaries Podcast. We are so glad that you're here. This is a community forward space where we, Kenecia and Krystal, are two eldest daughters from different cultures and backgrounds. We share our candid experiences that shaped us as eldest daughters. We talk about how being an eldest daughter impacted us, and honestly, still does, how we grew, evolved, and learned how to thrive while staying connected with our families. There will be intimate shares, honest storytelling, and most of all, encouragement, inspiration, and lots of loving on our fellow eldest daughters who are changing the world for just being themselves each and every day. We love y'all.
Ain't it the truth? We
Yeah.
love y'all. Thanks for being here. Well, today's topic is going to be fun. Pun intended. She brought the cheesy side. Watch out. So today's topic is learning to lighten up and have some fun. I don't know
Yes.
about you. That is a skill I had to learn a little later in life. Fortunately, unfortunately.
Yes.
But we're doing all right. We're doing all right these days.
I think so. I think we're doing good, having fun, whether it be with each other or and about. I definitely had to grow into having fun and enjoying just doing things that didn't require work.
Right? Or like taking care of another human or multiple of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Like I said, I was a latchkey kid, so I had to make sure, I did my homework, my brother did his homework, I made hot dogs and things like that. So, sports was my outlet. Like me getting to actually do, play basketball, whether it was for in high school or for a rec league or something like that. That was like one of my outlets to get out and have fun. But there was still structure around that.
Right, right. Which was totally a blessing for me. If you guys remember, we met, well, we didn't meet on the basketball team, but we got close on the basketball
Yeah.
team in high school. And I do remember having so much fun, like the locker room shenanigans, practices and stuff, hanging out after school. But yeah, the structure I think was a blessing for me just from the physicality of it all. But learning how to have that unstructured, spontaneous fun, it's definitely
Yeah.
taken me a while to get there.
Really.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even when I was like 12, 13, like my great uncle would say I was silly. He said, "Oh, you'll grow out of it when you get older." No, I've been silly my whole life.
Thank
And
goodness for it.
get so much, sometimes I'm silly in serious meetings. And I hate to take work serious because then it feels like work. It feels like,
Right.
oh man, I'm an adult. But we as 40-year-olds now, we are the new adults. We get to make our
Since
own.
when? Who said?
We get
I
to make
object.
okay.
God, we're the
Right.
rule makers now? What the
Yeah.
heck? People should be so lucky to have millennial managers and aunties and parents.
If we've been through it all. I think the millennials have been through enough unprecedented times in this world, but that's a whole nother conversation. We're here for fun. What
Listen,
message did you get around like authority figures as far as like having fun? I heard you say like you had to learn how to have fun.
totally. I really did. It was just, I don't know, it was just kind of serious. Everything was
Mm,
like on edge or intense, and there was definitely fun moments, don't get me wrong, like we had
yeah, yeah.
um birthday parties and like I loved me some Barbie time. Okay, loved
Ooh, let's talk
me my
about that.
Barbies.
I had all the Barbies when I stayed at my great grandma's house. I had all the Barbies, and I did not want anybody else to touch my Barbies. Okay.
Okay, right. I had a case of them
Yes.
chock full of Barbies and
Yes.
hairbrushes and outfits and shoes, and I even had like, I think we had the camper for the Barbies that I
Oh, I had
was
a Barbie
just,
car. It was like a
yeah, oh, the
blue,
Barbie
like,
car. Yes. That
yes.
that was the birth of my love of Corvettes. Not Corvettes,
Um,
convertibles. Of
oh my
convertibles.
gosh. Let me tell you, I did not want anyone to play with my Barbies. I wanted to play and have fun
Rightly so.
because I knew how to take care of my stuff. People did not know how to take care of my stuff. So I didn't. there were plenty of arguments over not wanting people to play with my stuff. I would let my cousins them deal with that and their trauma, but these were my things, okay?
Listen, it's your world, right?
Exactly.
Everybody's just passing by. Like, it needs
Yeah.
protection.
Yes, but I love me some Barbies from, like, 5 to maybe, like, 7, 8. I think after my brother came, 'cause he came, like, when I was 7, so we're 7 years apart. So after my brother came, he was my Barbie. Like, I wouldn't dress him up and stuff, but I was a sister, so I had to kinda help with that. But outside of helping with that, like, where did the fun come in? And I think that's where I kinda explored sports. Yeah.
Yeah, same for me. And then before sports, there was dance. And I loved dance, let me tell you. I loved the costumes. I loved wearing makeup the one time a year that we had a recital, especially growing up in Catholic school, like makeup was a no-no.
Of
I
course.
remember wearing clear mascara and clear nail polish just to get my kicks of like some kind of rebellious, self-expression of some kind. Yeah, so that was another kind of messaging of like Catholic school, like school is very serious and like if
Mhm.
you're giggling with your friends, like tone it down,
Don't
we're
get
in
the ruler out.
class. Oh, girl. Yes. It was just, yeah, there was a lot of like, I don't know. It was just like maybe parents trying to like grow us up quickly or them not knowing that they could have fun. Cause I mean, a lot of what I saw was like very serious and hard and,
Mhm.
money struggles and like long
Right.
work days and, all the like really unfun adult things.
Yeah, what
So,
as a child? Like, as a child, I should still be able to have fun or have those moments. I can't pay the bills. I'm 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I can't help with that. But it got kinda pushed on us because we're the eldest child, right?
right. It's that parentification of kiddos when they're so young and not leaving room for them to be kids. And I
Yeah.
think that's where a lot of this like learning later came from for me because there just wasn't a whole lot of leeway, especially for the firstborn. I just feel like we have a whole topic that we want to talk about of like, why is it so different between the eldest and the youngest of the lived
Mhm.
experience? But like, oh my God, like it was just so intense. Like, helicopter mom kind of vibe of just like you're the first one and the kid is just so intense. And so that
Yeah,
gets transferred to our nervous systems. Fun doesn't even become available until you feel fully safe to let go, being in that
exactly.
playfulness, and I think part of this is like it's been a reclamation of that side of myself, to come
Mhm.
back to it because I never got a chance to explore it.
Curious to ask, what moment did you, as an adult, feel safe? It won't have to be an adult. It could be any time. What moment did you feel safe to actually have fun?
Well, I think what cracked it open was like exposure therapy almost of like being
Mm.
around a new group of people that were far more lighthearted than I had ever been around. And that really and I had like the typical like 20s fun of like going out and dinners
Yeah,
and drinks. And I mean, clubbing was like probably the first form of fun for me. And it doesn't surprise me either because it brought me back to dance. I
yeah,
loved dancing and even back to, like, the makeup and the glam and getting dressed and getting ready, like, it
yeah,
felt really fun for me. But then also, like, when I moved to California, I was around completely different community there and watching how just, like, people from different parts of the country, different upbringings, different walks of life, even different countries they just had these different demeanors and, like, different access to being themselves really in this very lighthearted way, and I remember just looking at them just enamored. Like, how do you do that? That's
mhm.
amazing. Even you know what else really opened a lot up is slowly circling closer to the queer community. Like, I just found queer people to be so self-expressed. My God, I remember when I first like came across Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye, I
Okay.
remember watching them and I'm just like, how do you do that? Like, how are you so flamboyant? so out there, so expressed, regardless of what people around you think. The people pleaser side of me was so like caged inside myself. And so exposure to people like that, I was just like, I did not know this was possible. This is amazing. And hashtag
Yeah,
goals, because I had no idea how to get there.
man.
A hope and a prayer. I don't know.
And look, where you at now?
I
Yeah,
know. Look at me now. If you're watching the visual podcast, you've been watching my hands flying and circling for
yeah,
minutes now.
yeah. Like I've always been a silly girl, but I think me going to college the second time, because I don't know if we talked about me going to Teal, but I went to a PWI, didn't like it, and ended up going down to Alabama State, HBCU. The PWI, I was kind of open to things, but racism to HBCU kind of really opened my eyes to see that I don't have to, I can be multifaceted. I can be serious, but I can be a businesswoman. I can be nerdy. Like it kind of just showed me all these different Black people and how they are getting their shit done. They're in classes, they're going to being parts of sororities, fraternities, and becoming president of the university and things like that. It just really kind of opened my mind to like, yeah, you have like you have those fun moments, but also you can be serious in those fun moments. Like you can have a little bit of everything. And I
I
love
love
that.
that.
I think that was something that I really learned from going to an HBCU is to be multifaceted and make sure that I can be play, but also get my business taken care of. And I did
Absolutely.
twice.
Twice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Yeah, I find like so much of this, I love that you asked that question, right? Of like, when did it pop in? Because for both of us, it was exposure and just the permission giving
Yeah.
uh, innately of being around folks that, come from different areas of the country, different walks of life.
Mhm.
What a
Mhm.
blessing though. What a blessing.
Yeah.
Like when I talk to young people, like if somebody were to ask me like would you do the college thing like now, like as a young person? I it's like the financial part of it,
Oh my
the
god.
worst. I'm literally still paying student loans, but that life part is just invaluable. The sports part for me, like the fun of I was on the rowing team for 4 years. I know you know that.
Mhm.
Just sharing with everybody else. And that immersion into like the connection, the practices, sharing classes together, rooming together. It was a little much at times. Joke to be kind of like a cult because we all hung out together all the time. And it's
Yeah.
very real. Not the cult
Mhm.
part, but the being together all the time.
Oh my,
Um,
that was one of I stopped playing sports in college because I didn't like them people.
really? Oh my God, I got lucky then.
Did you not hear me say racism? It was maybe like
Oh.
it was maybe 3 Black girls on our team.
Did you
Yeah.
consider playing sports at ASU when you got there or no?
No, not
No.
really because, you have to do the NCAA collegiate thing. They
Right.
have all the red shirting and transfer portals that they do now.
Man, got it.
And I was really kinda over student athlete thing because I felt like it was a lot of pressure. It
Yeah,
was a lot of
that's
pressure
totally
to
fair.
workouts, you got tour days, you got curfews, you're on the road, and then you still have to go to class. You still have to perform in class. And so I was like, "Shit, I wanna have fun. I wanna." You see all these Black people? You see these fine Black. I want to enjoy my HBCU experience, and for the most part, I did. It brought out a lot of. I think we talked about this more. Like it brought out how I kind of dealt with my depression and anxiety at the end of my years. But the main goal was completed, and that was to get my degree.
Yep, and that you did
Yeah,
with some
yeah,
fun along the way, which is
with some fun.
the blessing. Absolutely. It's so interesting, like the different, I guess, phases of coming back to playfulness. Because similar to you, I really have a very joyful, like optimistic, playful spirit. And I
Hmm.
actually see it the most now that I'm with my wife that like I don't know, we bring it out at each other. It's so silly. It's the silliest stuff that is our normal everyday life now
Yeah.
is amazing, but it's never not fascinating to me to, like, catch myself doing these, like, really spontaneous, impromptu, silly stuff, and
Yeah.
her the same, like, she does the same, but it's so healing. It's amazing.
First of all, I love y'all together, and I think I just have to put that on record because I tell them all the time.
Oh my
I
god, we love you so much as well. You know
yeah,
it.
I just love y'all dynamic and how y'all support each other. You know, growing up, seeing marriages happen, a lot of seriousness, was in it. I mean, yeah, marriage is serious, but you also want to have someone that you can be with someone that you can have fun with and enjoy life and spend those moments, whether it's crying or laughing. You want to have those moments where you spend with people. So
Absolutely. I heard earlier this year, and I wish I could remember, was it a TikTok video? Was it a YouTube video? I don't
yeah,
know. But I remember there being a dialogue around it was somebody that was newly married, or maybe it was posed to the community. It was posed to the community of like, what's marriage actually like? And because this person was saying, like, I don't necessarily want it, but I'm curious about it, you know? And people's responses, the theme that I took from it was really interesting. And it was marriage itself shouldn't be hard, but life can be hard and you're doing the hard things in life with that person. But the marriage itself shouldn't be hard. You know, it doesn't
yeah,
have to be hard. And
yeah,
I have the absolute blessing of my lifetime to find myself in love with my person, married. I even have an anniversary recently. I'm just like, who am I? When did this happen? Oh my God.
yeah,
Full adult, right? Didn't necessarily desire that for my life. But
yeah,
now that I'm inside of it, I get exactly what they were saying. You've got to have that, like, and this I think goes for any of our relationships. Like the relationships themselves don't need to be the hardship. Life throws so much at us. Let that be the
exactly.
hardship and have
Yes,
that just rhythm together to navigate it all, no matter what comes up.
exactly. Look at us as community. Like we are all needed for a higher purpose. Like life is hard enough. Like we
Mm.
need to have the people that we can actually support and do life with, whether
Yes.
it be marriage, friendships, all those different connections. They matter. They really do.
They're everything. They're
Yes.
everything to who we be and
Yeah.
how we show up in life. And my God, the funner, the better. Hello. The more fun,
Hello.
the better.
Yes.
Playful silliness. What is fun looking like for you these days? What do you got going on?
Fun to me is definitely getting out. I've been on like my hiking trips. I get out and I'm still venturing Columbus, but I get out to the metro parks and I'm still being creative, which is a little bit of everything. I'm making stuff, redecorating the house. It's about to be the holidays. Get my Christmas stuff up and out, but just being creative, getting out, getting outside over the summer. Did my first kayaking trip. Well, kayaking. Is it kayaking trip or is it just like I don't know how you say it, but I went kayaking.
Kayaking trip works great.
Yeah. So I did my first kayak ride and I was like, this is amazing.
Isn't
But
it?
also as I'm doing things that I've never done before, I'm calling them my invisible I'm putting things here. My
She's got the
invisible bucket
sparkle
list.
hands.
Yes.
Invisible bucket list. Love.
Yes.
Tell me more.
So basically, you know how you have a bucket list of things and places you want to visit in life. I kind of call mine invisible bucket list because I'll get out and do stuff and I'm like, oh, I've never done this before. And it's like, it's my invisible bucket list. So
I love that.
yeah.
I
So
love
I've
that.
called
It's
it
like, yeah, I love the
invisible
sparkle hands, by the way.
yeah.
No, but I love that because it sounds like it's a lot of the stuff that's right under your nose, that's like right around you, but all of a sudden you're like, what is it? Like giving yourself permission to do it or prioritize
Just
and make it happen.
yes. So I mean the kayaking I have been trying to do it for like a month. And I finally was like, okay, I got the time. Let me get out and explore. and do it. And I did that. But I also, I went to Oregon on my trip and I was at this vinyl shop. My cousins all have vinyls, but I've never listened to or know how to insert a vinyl. And so that was part of my invisible bucket list. Things that I've never done before that I've never thought that I would be able to do as a 40-year-old, I'm considering my invisible bucket list.
I love it. You're inspiring me so much.
Yes.
You can see for those of you watching, but maybe hear it as well, like how much it lights you up.
Yes. It to me, I'm opening myself to newness. I want to be able to say that I at least tried something. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But me not doing it because I don't like it, how do you know you don't like it? You don't.
Exactly.
Try it and see.
Yes. This would come up for me when I was in California and actually traveling the world. But anybody that would ask me where I'm from, I started just saying I was from Ohio instead of
Mm,
Cleveland. Because
okay.
every time I freaking said I was from Cleveland, people would start talking shit. And my immediate question was, have you been? And they're like,
Mm,
no, no, I haven't. I'm just like, okay, then you come. I'll show you around. Then you can tell me what Cleveland's all about.
period.
It'd be so annoying,
Yeah,
right? Like, you literally don't know, until you have an
yeah.
actual experience with it.
They just think the Browns and it's cold and
Well,
yada yada.
listen, Cleveland could do with some better PR, okay? Like,
Yeah,
a better brand story, but we're working on it. And
yeah,
anybody
work
that's been here is
for
amazed.
yeah.
It's amazing. It's so charming. I had 2 of my friends from Southern California from that era come for my wedding last
Yeah.
year. They literally were so blown away by how beautiful it is here. The
Beautiful.
park system, the amazing restaurants, and they were just here for the wedding. They didn't even really get out. So I'm like, you guys got to
Yeah.
come back. They literally were talking about moving here and they live in Southern
Okay.
California.
Hold
It's
your horses now.
amazing. And also, I'm like, come on, girlfriends,
Yeah,
let's go. I would love
yeah.
to have you here.
Cleveland gets a bad rep with how it's cold, it's snowing, it's on the snow belt. It's always something with the city. Since from 7 to 18, so 11 years? Nope, because I left when I was 21. So, like 14 years I was roaming Cleveland, and
Oh
there's still things I haven't seen.
my God, same.
It's
Same.
so
You
things that
just,
I've never seen,
we
and I
were
just, "Oh, let me mosey y'all in here real quick."
Totally. We were driving around the other day, like a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month
Uh-huh.
ago. And you're like, have you ever heard of the Rock and
The
Roll Hall of Fame
archive.
archives? And I'm just like,
Yeah.
what are you saying? What are you talking about? And we tried to stop in, but you need an appointment. But that's a date that we're gonna like go and do, like go
Yeah,
check that out.
'cause they need, like, 4 weeks. We'll make some arrangements.
We'll figure that out. But
Yeah.
I mean, cheers to more fun, right? Like that's the kind of stuff. What I find is that when I approach even the place that I live all the time
Uh-huh.
through the lens of a travel mindset, if because when I'm traveling, I'm just like, the newness. This is so fun. Oh my God, I want to check out this. And then you're talking to locals, and it's like one
Uh-huh.
thing leads to another. There's just this like living on the edge of like the unknown and uncertainty and just being
Yeah.
pleasantly charmed and surprised by all these new things. But
Yeah.
taking that attitude to my hometown, just like you do, right, is so rewarding because you end up, I mean, thanks to you, I mean, I feel like you're so amazing at finding new communities and new like events to go to. You
I'm
really
definitely
are.
things down, like, I'm ready.
You're really amazing. And thank you for inviting me to stuff because
Yeah.
get me out of the house. Okay. But there's just such a rich dynamic intersections of so many different communities here that like having that adventurous mindset just gets me out to actually enjoy them, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Why the hell did it take us to be 40 to actually get out and do like Cleveland is beautiful, but we gotta, there's some stigma around, especially the city. I asked myself this question, like, why did it take me so long to get out and do XYZ? Well, baby, I was sheltered. I was sheltered most of my life, but now I'm kind of just like breaking free from that. What about you? How
My gosh. So I feel like my measure for play and fun is my younger sister,
Okay.
Tasha. I've always said, like, growing up, she was the weirdest, cutest little kid. And when I say weird, like, she would just like make sounds and like be silly. And I just remember because, like, as the eldest daughter, like, I don't know, I was always like, had to be put together in some way. And I didn't feel like I had access to that kind of freedom. So she
Mm,
has always been my goals of like, how weird can I get? How much fun can I have?
love.
So I find that spending time with my sister, like she truly is my best friend. Like I'm so
I love.
lucky. I'm so lucky to have her jamming to songs, screaming at the top of our lungs in the car, like being so weird and goofy in the house just because like nobody's
Yes.
around. It's just us, you know? And what's cool, she also did a training to learn how to host groups to do somatic dance. It's an
Mm-hmm.
embodiment practice.
Hmm.
So I would go to these classes for like 2 years straight every week. It was like my devotional time with me and my body. It was amazing. And she would make these incredible playlists. Like it would like start slow and then build up and you would move through these different archetypes and it would come back down into this kind of meditative state. But it was an hour practice of moving your body. And the whole point was just to be in your body and let your body move. But for me,
Oh.
that was so groundbreaking because as a kid, dance was to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, there were mirrors, right? You're watching
Yes.
how you're studying how your body moves, you're syncing up with the music. It's how you look in your costumes, how you look at the makeup, whether you're synced up with the other people on stage. It was just so externally focused, you know, which is not bad. I loved it and I still do. Get me a dance routine and I mean, Kenecia tried this the other day and I was like, huh, what? And I'm like, I need time to practice. Okay. She's like, we'll just do it. I'm like, girl, can we try next time?
That's why I like TikTok because especially like doing like the TikTok dances and stuff because it's not yeah, and it's not like I need to like you get a couple practices, but just have fun with it. Like I
Totally.
my brother were trying to do whatever the $1 million baby thing, and I was like, "Look, you gonna get a couple moves, and I'm gonna add, I'm gonna add my own little stuff." That's part of having fun, you know?
Exactly. No, that's
Yeah,
such a good point. That's such a good point. Yeah.
yeah.
So the somatic dance practice was fantastic because there was no mirrors, wasn't nobody else was paying attention to you because everybody else is in
Mhm.
their own internal
Right,
experience.
right.
So learning to let my body lead and let it move in the most weird, unexpected ways ended up being so fun and so rewarding. And then, like, even the somatic release of it, you end up like crying for no reason. It's literally just your body moving, or like you're raging, or like making noise. And it was just, it's the epitome of feeling free in my body.
I love
I
that.
try to, like, yeah, keep that practice alive. But what I've found as well is that even in conversation with friends or like out in the world, I'm so much more willing just to be myself, like
Mhm.
without thinking about it. And I feel like more like in step with myself, like I'm real time with what I'm feeling or expressing. There isn't that like filtering happening. And I
Right.
just adore that.
I can't relate to you, like you were saying, you and Tasha, like y'all relationship. Like I'm kind of I don't want to say envy. I kind of really I adore that so much because yes, I'm the oldest daughter, but you have to remember, like I just met my sister on my father's side 3 or 4 years ago, and my
Right.
young sister just turned 13, and so like, I try as much as I can to have those connections, but if you're the only one doing it, we've already talked about this with people pleasing, like, you gotta have some kind of reciprocity, and it's kinda difficult, but I love that you all have that relationship. Me and my youngest sister, we do have moments where we have those silly moments, and I just love them so much,
God,
and I really
precious, just
have more of the
precious.
family dynamics.
Yeah. I feel every day like the rarity of what my sister and I have. And also, like, it's taken a lot of work,
Yeah.
you know, because, we're talking eldest daughter here.
Uh-huh.
There was so many years where I was effectively her parent, but we're
Mm.
sisters.
Yeah.
Like, it took moving to California, getting fully away from all the dynamics to then realize that I needed to end that parent-child dynamic between us because it actually prevented closeness because I was too worried about her. I was too
Right.
worried. Anytime we talked, it would be like concern, and I was just taking on that kind of like overbearing parent role. And I
Yeah.
knew I needed to graduate from that for us to have a fighting chance to even know us as sisters.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of like inner work around repositioning that into proper sisterhood. And then that was kind of a new beginning especially when I moved back to Cleveland
Uh-huh.
in 2019, it was so interesting because like I hadn't really been close with her while I was away. There's a lot of relationships from that time where I'm just like, God, I was really like off the grid. Like I was not
Oh,
engaged at all.
yeah.
Right, but I needed to be, and so coming back was, like, kind of a fresh start, like, she was 3 years into her relationship already, and I never had met him,
Mhm.
and, I mean, the arc of that alone, like, just this past weekend, they got married, my sister and her new husband, and I was the officiant, so, like, the closeness the 3 of us have over these last 6 years of cultivating that family
Yeah.
relationship in that new way is incredible. But yeah, it's taken a lot of work and a lot of choosing each other and undoing communication patterns and things. So we're gonna talk about this more another time. But yeah, it's very special and also it's taken a lot of work and
Yeah.
it's
I feel
rewarding.
I feel that with me and my brother, but, boy, and I have a lot of brothers, but, it's something about the sister bond that it's
Yeah,
just,
it's true.
yeah. So,
It's true. Yeah. I'm very, very
that's
grateful.
what we can talk about another time. We're
Truth.
here to
Yes. Yeah. And I know you love you some concerts. You
Oh,
love the music scene.
it's definitely it's not a hobby anymore. It's just part of who I am.
It's a
Like,
lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle.
We know where
Honestly.
your priorities are. What are you doing this
Yeah,
weekend? Concert in
yeah,
another state.
yeah. And I don't do them as often as I was, but Columbus is like a place where they have like concerts now. I don't necessarily have to go to another state unless you're like
Love it.
Dolce. You don't have any in the Midwest but Chicago. But, Columbus, Cleveland, I'm grateful that I did move here to where I'm at a hub where I can get to a concert last minute. Do concerts, I go to music festivals. Part of me just kind of branching out of who I am because I am the
Mhm.
person who's usually like, oh, I got to make sure this is done. This is my fun. I
Yeah, yeah.
work, but I'm also play. So concerts is definitely my place, my jam.
I love it. I loved being a part of receiving photos pre-Beyoncé. Her outfits and the plan and
Oh
the
my God.
creativity.
Yeah.
So good.
Just kind of like, first of all, it's Beyonce. So I'm gonna, express myself. But I like to SZA and Kendrick. I was kind of very damsel in distress, distressed Black woman dealing with the world kind of deal. I think it's just a part of me to kind of express myself through like what I wear, my hair. It's just me. And I
Good.
love that part of just being a girl, a Black girl. We gonna put on the hoops, we gonna wear the jeans, the shorts, whatever. I just love that part.
And we know, okay, that Black women set the standard. Like, obviously.
Yeah. Let everybody else know. We've been here for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of us out here know.
Yeah.
We know. I think the other part about having fun is anything that will make me laugh, especially in the belly laugh territory. Sign me
Um,
up. Belly laughing is one of the best feelings in the world.
Yes, yes. Like laughing brings out those emotions, those they're not
And
hormones, are they?
happy hormones, yeah, oh, yeah,
Happy hormones.
definitely.
Is it adrenal? I did not do my homework on this. But those happy like and shit, have you been out? Have you watched the news? Have you seen the things that are happening? We need all the happy hormones, all the laughs, all the things that keep
Facts.
us happy and smiling and belly laughing as possible because
It's
there's
so true.
so much shit going on right now.
It's so much, and I find, like, the drive in us to keep seeking that playful side is a rebellion in and of itself.
Yes.
To choose that over and over again, even in the face of the most ridiculous, absurd, violent, things going on.
Yes.
I saw a video of like the rhetoric around like there's been protests going on in Portland and also like defending against ICE action. I think it was Don Lemon. He used to work for CNN. He's independent now. He posted,
Uh-huh.
he's like, this is the war zone. And it was a bunch of people jamming to music in those blow up
And
costumes.
costumes. Oh my God. Because like let's really be serious about this. Like Portland, Oregon being a war zone.
Their motto is keep it weird.
Keep it
Come
weird, Oregon,
on.
Portland. Come on. Like
Shout out
I
to Portlanders.
yeah,
Y'all are incredible.
I'm on 10 now. But I just want to say this. Like, I'm a far, far, far east Oregonian. Child, I was walking around at 1, 2 o'clock in the like I probably should not have as a woman, but there there's no war zone there.
We all
And I
know what's happening.
have fun doing the things. Like I'm not a big clubber, but I'm gonna find something to keep me satisfied. I don't wanna say satisfied, being happy. Like,
Entertained.
I'm finding some creative thoughts or I went out to the beach.
Yes.
There's no word like, let's be real,
Yeah.
seriously.
Cheers to all those people showing up to the front lines in your dinosaur and unicorn costumes, all of the
Yes,
real ones.
the real ones for sure.
So, as usual, with our normal cadence, we like to talk about like what part of the topic of the day became kind of like a hardship or challenge. How did it negatively affect us? And then also the blessing that ended up coming out of it. How did it help us grow? So, I would say for me, like on the play and fun topic, like the hardship around it is just I became, because of my environment, just so serious so young, and that
Yes.
that hurts my heart because my inner little Crystal didn't get a full chance, at
Mm,
like being a kid.
I will agree. Being so serious, especially young, it's like you're missing out on just those moments. I wouldn't say it caused my anxiety, but it definitely didn't help not living in those moments because
Mhm.
you're worried about this thing, the next thing, instead of what is actually happening right now. And that's something Miss Doris, y'all know, she kind of helped me, figure out like let's live in the moment. Let's not think about what could happen tomorrow or next week. Worry about this moment and live in that. Oh, that dang, I just did my hardship and my
I
blessing,
was
huh?
gonna say, is that your blessing? Because it sure sounds like one.
Man. Yeah, I definitely had to start living back in the moments. Yeah.
Beautiful. Really
Mhm.
beautiful. It's so true. I think my blessing that to come out of it is life is more fun now
Oh,
because I've
yeah.
let myself go there.
It's something about healing those inner child wounds, inner Crystal, that inner Kenecia, like they still live inside us and they're just wanting to just have fun. We're just girls want to have fun.
Right?
We can name it that. That could be the title of the Eldest Daughters Want to Have Fun. I love
Nailed
it.
it. Love it. And you're obviously here because you saw that. So thanks for coming. We want to send you off with a journal prompt.
Yeah.
And that is so you want to just pull out your journal maybe now or later. How was being the eldest daughter? How did that shape your personality? And did it include being playful and having fun? Just something to
Mhm.
reflect on.
Yeah.
So, as always, we want to hear from you. We would love to hear any questions or comments or feedback, maybe episode ideas that you want to hear us riff on. You can always send those to Eldest Daughter Diaries at proton.me. And we'll be sure to include your question, hopefully, on one of the episodes. That community connection is really important to us, and we could always talk all day long. We do that really well as friends, but we want to engage you. We want to hear from you and actually make these even more valuable for you. But we got to hear from you first. So send in your questions, and we love you for doing so. And in closing, we want to just send you off with some uplifting words, words of encouragement, and some love.
Find joy in every moment.
Love.
I'm just leaving that
And
as
dropping the mic. That's it. And my mic drop is the weirder, the better. Have
seriously.
at it. Go for
Yeah,
it.
go for it, girl.
You owe it to yourself to play with those edges. How weird can you be? How silly.
Yeah,
How embarrassing, right? To
yeah,
yourself because you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But let yourself get to know yourself on the other side
definitely.
because you never know what you
Yeah,
find.
exactly. You might find something that sticks.
You know it. And then
Oh,
you'll be in really good company over
period.
here saying,
Yeah, yes, yes.
all right, loves, thank you so much for being here. We can't wait to see you next time. And in the meantime, go do something really silly. Just surprise yourself. Try yourself some rainbow earrings. I'm just saying, they really cheer things up. They're
Or
really
some
cute.
pussy power earrings.
Or some pussy power earrings. I don't even know. You're just hiding those over there.
Pussy power earrings.
And that's
Talk
it.
to
That's it, folks.
peace.